Do you always say, I don't know when you speak English? If you do, don't worry. It's one of the most common phrases English learners use, but native speakers have many more natural ways to express the same idea. In today's lesson, you'll learn 10 natural English phrases that you can use instead of, I don't know. These expressions will help you sound more confident and natural in everyday conversations. And make sure you stay until the end, because we'll practice these expressions together with real-life situations. Welcome back to Learn English Fast. Today, we're going to replace one very basic English phrase with 10 natural expressions that you can actually use in real conversations. Let's get started. The first phrase is, I'm not sure. We use I'm not sure when we don't know something or when we are not completely certain about something. For example, someone might ask, do you know where John lives? You can say, I'm not sure where John lives. Another example is Sarah coming to the party tonight? You can say, I'm not sure. This is one of the easiest and most useful alternatives to I don't know. Now repeat after me. I'm not sure. The second phrase is, I have no idea. This expression means that you really don't know the answer. For example, someone asks, when is the meeting? You can say, I have no idea. Another example is, where did Tom go? I have no idea. Repeat after me. I have no idea. The third phrase is, I'm not certain. This is another way to say that you are not completely sure about something. For example, is this the correct answer? You can say, I'm not certain. Or, will the weather be good tomorrow? I'm not certain. This expression is useful when you want to sound a little more careful or formal. Repeat after me. I'm not certain. The fourth phrase is, I couldn't tell you. This means that you don't know the answer and cannot give the person the information they are asking for. For example, someone asks, what time does the store close? You can say, I couldn't tell you. Another example is, do you know how much this car costs? I couldn't tell you. Repeat after me. I couldn't tell you. Now let's stop for a moment and see how many phrases you remember. Imagine your friend asks you, what time does the movie start? You don't know the answer. What could you say? You could say, I'm not sure, or I have no idea. Both are natural ways to respond. Now let's continue. The fifth phrase is, I'm not really sure. This is very common in everyday conversations. It means that you are uncertain about something. For example, someone asks, is David coming with us? You can say, I'm not really sure. Another example is, do you think this is the right way? I'm not really sure. Repeat after me. I'm not really sure. The sixth phrase is, I'm afraid I don't know. This is a polite way to say that you don't know something. For example, someone asks, could you tell me where the bank is? If you don't know, you can say, I'm afraid I don't know. It sounds polite and respectful. Repeat after me. I'm afraid I don't know. The seventh phrase is, I haven't got a clue. This is an informal expression that means you have absolutely no idea about something. For example, someone asks, why is the computer not working? You can say, I haven't got a clue. Another example is, who took my phone? I haven't got a clue. This phrase is casual, so it is more suitable for conversations with friends and people you know well. Repeat after me. I haven't got a clue. The eighth phrase is, your guess is as good as mine. This is an interesting and natural expression. It means that you don't know the answer either, so your guess would be just as good as the other person's guess. For example, someone asks, when will the manager arrive? You can say, your guess is as good as mine. Another example is, why did he leave so early? Your guess is as good as mine. Repeat after me. Your guess is as good as mine. The ninth phrase is, I really couldn't say. This means that you don't have enough information to give an answer. For example, someone asks, will they win the game? You can say, I really couldn't say. Another example is, how long will the project take? I really couldn't say. Repeat after me. I really couldn't say. And now we have reached the 10th phrase. The 10th phrase is, I'm not entirely sure. This means that you are not completely certain about something. For example, someone asks, is this the correct address? You can say, I'm not entirely sure. Another example is, do you think he knows about the problem? I'm not entirely sure. Repeat after me. I'm not entirely sure. Great job. Now you know 10 natural alternatives to I don't know. But knowing these phrases is only the first step. To really improve your English speaking, you need to practice using them in real situations. So now it's your turn. I'll give you a situation, and you choose the best expression. Imagine someone asks you, what time does the store close? You don't know. What can you say? You can say, I'm not sure. Now imagine someone asks, where did Sarah go? You have absolutely no idea. You can say, I have no idea. Now, imagine someone asks you, do you know exactly how much this costs? You are not completely certain. You can say, I'm not entirely sure. Now imagine your friend asks, why is the computer not working? You have absolutely no idea. In a casual conversation, you could say, I haven't got a clue. Excellent. Now let's put some of these expressions into a real conversation. Imagine two friends are talking. One person asks, do you know where John is? The other person says, I'm not sure. I think he went home. Then the first person asks, do you know when he'll be back? The answer is, I have no idea. Then the first person asks, what time does the meeting start? The answer is, your guess is as good as mine. This is how these expressions can be used naturally in everyday English conversations. So don't just memorize the phrases, practice them in situations. Try to imagine yourself having conversations with friends, coworkers, classmates, or other English speakers. The more you use these expressions, the more naturally they will come to you when you speak. Let's quickly review what we learned today. Instead of always saying, I don't know, you can say, I'm not sure. I have no idea. I'm not certain. I couldn't tell you. I'm not really sure. I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Your guess is as good as mine. I really couldn't. Say, and I'm not entirely sure. You don't need to memorize all 10 expressions today. Start with the easiest ones, such as, I'm not sure, I have no idea, and I'm not really sure. Practice them every day, and then gradually add the other expressions to your vocabulary. Remember, speaking better English is not about using complicated words all the time. It's about knowing the right expressions and using them naturally in the right situations. If you enjoyed this lesson and want to improve your everyday English speaking, keep practicing with Learn English Fast. In the next lesson, we'll learn more natural English phrases that you can use in real-life conversations. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next lesson.